Colleges and universities are navigating a period of profound uncertainty. Falling enrollments, escalating operational costs, persistent questions about their societal value. In response to these pressures, many institutional leaders have embraced a corporate-inspired approach known as managerialism. Managerialism seeks to run higher education like a for-profit enterprise, prioritizing quantitative metrics, top-down strategic plans, and market-driven efficiencies. While the intention is often to create a more resilient and responsive institution, the application of these business tools can sometimes lead to unintended and detrimental consequences, simplifying complex academic missions into sterile spreadsheets and performance indicators. A curious and concerning paradox has emerged within this landscape. Business school faculty, those who study management, frequently remain silent observers. They deliver lectures on change management, organizational behavior, and strategic foresight. Yet they often withhold this expertise when their own universities adopt flawed or poorly executed management practices. This silence is not merely a passive act. It represents a missed opportunity for institutional improvement and raises a fundamental question about the role of academic experts within their own communities. One of the primary reasons for this silence is that many senior university administrators, despite being brilliant scholars in their own fields, lack formal training in management. A celebrated historian, a groundbreaking chemist, may ascend to the role of a dean or provost based on their academic achievements, not their managerial acumen. They often learn administration on the job, absorbing practices and buzzwords from conferences, absorbing practices from external consultants. Without a deep grounding in organizational theory, finance change leadership, they may implement popular business fads without fully understanding the potential for negative second-order effects, leading to initiatives that are strategically unsound, culturally corrosive. Furthermore, business faculty often perceive their professional identity as being narrowly confined to teaching research within their own departments. They see themselves as economists, marketers, finance scholars first, and as institutional stewards second, if at all. The consequences of managerialism, when applied without nuance or expertise, ripple across the entire university, often harming the very things they are meant to improve. One of the most visible effects is on institutional strategy and focus. In an attempt to appear dynamic and innovative, administrations may launch a bewildering array of strategic initiatives, task forces, pilot programs. This strategy by long list approach stretches resources thin and creates initiative fatigue among faculty and staff. Instead of advancing a clear, coherent vision, the university becomes bogged down in a flurry of activity that lacks strategic alignment, ultimately leaving critical student-facing functions underfunded and undersupported. Moreover, a fixation on simplistic metrics can distort institutional priorities and behaviors. When success is measured solely by enrollment numbers, graduation rates, alumni giving percentages, faculty and staff focus on hitting the target instead of the quality of the underlying process. This can lead to Section 4. From insight to action. Evidence-based pathways for engagement. The silence of business faculty is not an intractable problem. It can be addressed through a series of practical, constructive, evidence-based actions. The goal is not to foster opposition, but to promote professional stewardship. One of the most effective first steps is to insist on being part of the problem definition phase. When a university announces it is facing a budget crisis or needs to restructure for the future, faculty with expertise in finance strategy, organizational design, should be at the table from day one. By helping to frame the problem accurately, they can steer the conversation away from reactive, symptom-focused solutions toward thoughtful, systemic, sustainable remedies. Section 5. A call for stewardship, reclaiming the university's core mission. In conclusion, the challenges facing higher education demand more than just generic business solutions. They demand wise, context-sensitive leadership. Business faculty do not need to abandon their roles as teachers, researchers to become full-time administrators. Instead, they are called to embrace a broader sense of professional responsibility, to act as stewards of their institutions. Stewardship means recognizing that their expertise in management is a valuable institutional asset and accepting the duty to apply that knowledge for the common good. It involves a shift in mindset from passive observer to engaged participant, driven by a commitment to preserving the long-term health and integrity of the academic mission. The path forward involves several clear, actionable steps. First, business faculty can proactively seek positions on key university committees, particularly those dealing with budget,